Hi everybody, Dr. Stephen here. In my study, I'll just tell you right now, I think I'm starting to need a haircut, but what are you going to do? I try trimming it a little bit, but I'm not very good at that. Hope you're all doing well. What unprecedented times we're in the middle of, isn't it? And I was enjoying our time in Zoom last week with a number of you, and hopefully this week more of you can connect on. That was just a great time, and I hope for the next couple of weeks we can do that. So here we are. You know, it's unprecedented, the things that we're going through in our lives right now and in our country, and yet at the same time, my wife Linda and I have found in some ways God has really used this kind of a forced Sabbath in our lives in some areas. So here I am in my study, needing a haircut, and certainly not dressing for the office these days, dressing pretty casual, but I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing well. So this week we have, of course, our readings, and the readings in the Palmer text have to do with the arts and entertainment and those kinds of things. And I want to show you a video, and it's a rather long video compared to my others. I think it's like 16 minutes long. So if you don't have 16 minutes, you can go to settings on YouTube, turn it to 1.25 or 1.5 and speed it up a little bit and watch it in a shorter period of time. But if you have 16 minutes, go ahead and watch it at the regular speed. It was just about a year ago. Linda and I were in Southern California. This is where I grew up, and my mother, who's quite elderly right now, still lives there. Her mother lives there, and we were at the home of a dear friend of ours where we were actually staying, and she had invited several other old friends of ours who came. One of them is a Christian musician and Christian recording artist that we've known for 40 years and had a wonderful time with him and his wife. And one of the others that was there was a dear friend of ours, along with his wife, a man named Dan Ruppel. Dan and Peggy have been friends of ours since before we were married. And if you Google Dan's name, Dan Ruppel, you'll see that he has a rather illustrious career, both in Christian and secular media. He also was in pastoral ministry. Dan worked at one point for CBS. He was one of the producers for the game show The Price is Right. He worked on the David Letterman show. Dan is now the CEO of an organization called Masterworks Media. He's in great demand all over the country as a speaker. He helped develop and start the program in Christian film and arts at Biola University. And Dan and his wife were at this little gathering at our other friend's house. I didn't have my camera, I didn't have any lighting, I didn't have an external microphone. All I had was my Mac laptop. And so we went upstairs into our other friend's little study, and I opened up the laptop and stacked a couple books and put it on top of it, and Dan and I did this interview. So the quality is okay, but not great. The audio's okay, but not great. But Dan just shares his heart about Christians and worldview and media, and I just thought it connected so well with the chapter that we're talking about and some of these things. So I want you to watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I look forward to the discussion thread where we can kind of discuss some of those issues. And my prayer for you guys is that God uses this time in your life in a tremendous way, in a rich and powerful way, and we continue to pray for God's healing and God's deliverance from this terrible virus, and praying that God will once again show himself to be strong. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the discussion thread.